we'll never know if it actually happened because it was so long ago. There's going to be other accusers that come out.
Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest mother, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records gone.
Okay, tell us why. Tell us why.
Because he's a and he's using music and entertainment to traffic.
Now, Diddy has denied the allegations, just as he did with Cassie, denied it in case of the two new lawsuits.
So everybody getting sued, goddammit. We're gonna teach these about playing with Soulja Boy name. Tag the best lawyer in the game, man. Is getting sued, man.
Diddy's life is in complete turmoil, and he's really going through it all. He's faced all sorts of allegations, including being told that he is behind the murders of Tupac and Biggie Smalls. The saga keeps on giving because right now, he's also facing allegations that he traffics young girls and boys into his home. And when you listen to the past stories about other stars like Usher and Justin Bieber, you can tell that there is more going on than we know. Jaguar Wright has now spoken up against him, revealing some information about how he traffics young girls. And to some extent, she's even released some evidence on it as well. But how true are these allegations? What is the information that has been released about Diddy's trafficking of young girls? Let's find out, shall we?
Is it true?
All Puffy did was do what he was taught to do.
Make men suck his.
Well, he was forced to.
Among the people who are not afraid of speaking up against Diddy, Jaguar Wright can be added to that list. She clearly doesn't fear him and even called him a straight-up trafficker. Among the things she revealed, she called him out for doing some shady things with young boys at school. As she revealed this, she even named a few people, such as Justin Bieber and Usher, who we all know these stories by now. Apparently, it's been revealed that Diddy allegedly showed Justin a Ferrari when he was only 15 years old and promised him a ride when he turned 16. Jaguar has been questioning the motives behind giving these young boys such extravagant gifts, even suggesting that they might be tied to inappropriate activities. But on a more serious note, Jaguar has been attacking Diddy forever, and she doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. However, the more she spills, the more we learn about Diddy, and it all happens to be true. For a very long time, there's been talk about the business mogul Diddy and his appetite. However, he's denied all the rumors that he's gay or bi, but the speculations are still there. As much as he's trying to keep his life more private, there's no way that it will stay that way with people spilling what they do.
That was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn some
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
In case you're in the dark, Diddy used to have something called Puffy Flavor Camp back in the 90s, where he would take in some up-and-coming stars and offer them some mentorship. As much as it sounds like a good thing, the stories these celebrities tell about this camp are the complete opposite. One such celebrity is Usher, who spent some time at the camp when he was only 13 years old. From a very young age, Usher was an R&B sensation. But in 2016, he told Howard Stern what it was really like to spend time at the camp. He claimed that he saw many things about the lifestyle in the 1 year he spent there. For Usher to get here, he supposedly impressed L.A. Reid with his musical skills. Shortly after, he was flying to New York to stay with Puffy, which was when Bad Boy Records was one of the greatest labels. He was going there in the name of seeing the life of fame. However, the things he saw there were unsuitable for a 13-year-old. Diddy even paid him a per diem for staying there, even though it was just enough to keep him out of mischief. When Usher wanted to drop his first album, Diddy took over as producer. However, it didn't set off the charts as he thought it would, so he decided to sit back for the second one. Contrary to what he thought, Usher's second album was a great success. It appears that Usher wasn't the only underage boy that Diddy was allegedly getting touchy with. There was another guy who chose to remain anonymous, who revealed how Diddy assaulted him. Furthermore, this guy claims to have the clothes that he was assaulted in. He provided a statement in which he revealed that he was assaulted by Diddy and a friend of his on April 15, 1989 in Washington, D.C. He mentioned that it had required a great deal of courage for him to reach a point of self-assurance and he now understands that he has no reason to feel ashamed. He also stated that he was attending Howard University at the same time as Diddy, and the assault occurred after an off-campus party. The guy continues explaining what happened after the party, and the details are not pretty. If one person is not buying any of this, it's Jaguar Wright. She has come out to call him trash, and she continues spilling information on his life. During an interview with Storm Monroe, she went on to suggest that the very reason that Diddy is doing all this is because he also went through the same things. Jaguar claims that Diddy was allegedly abused by his mentor, Andre Harrell, who in turn went through the same thing with his mentor, Clive Davis. Diddy already has enough problems on his plate, with the main one being his lawsuit from Cassie, his former girlfriend. However, even though he dealt with that one, he still has one more to face, and that is one of which he is being accused along with his right-hand man, Harv Pierre. They're being accused of 17-year-old girl back in 2003. According to the lawsuit, they did it in Diddy's recording studio in Manhattan. This was after she was brought across state lines and given lots of drugs and alcohol. Since Cassie's lawsuit, this is the fourth woman in 3 weeks who has accused Diddy of sexual harassment. This girl claims that it happened when she was in high school, and Diddy was 34. However, as usual, Diddy has gone ahead to deny the lawsuit from Jane Doe, saying that he has had enough of the allegations. But what is it about this latest lawsuit that catches the attention of everyone? According to Jane Doe, she was chilling at a lounge in Detroit with a friend about 2 decades ago when Harv Pierre approached her and started throwing compliments at her. After that, he convinced her that Diddy would like to meet her and give Diddy a call immediately. Diddy then invites her for a spontaneous trip to New York on a private jet. According to the girl, the private jet landed at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey. From there, she boarded an SUV with Pierre and another guy, and they went to Diddy's studio where he was recording with some artists. Rolling Stone acquired some images from the recording studio from that night and shows one girl sitting on Diddy's lap. She claims that they kept giving her alcohol and drugs to keep her pumped up, and the more she took, the more the became handsy with her. According to the lawsuit, things started getting darker. As she got more and more wasted, everything started becoming hazy. Allegedly, Diddy took her to the bathroom, stripped off her skirt and undies, and without having to get into a lot of information, he went ahead and did the deed. And according to the lawsuit, which was filed in the Southern District of New York, she didn't agree to any of it. However, Diddy kept going at it. There was one point where Diddy even turned her around and told her to squeeze his nipples so that he could finish. Then he continued doing his thing. However, it all gets worse. This whole time, the teen is fading in and out, and at one point when she checks the mirror over the sink, she sees some mysterious guy from the plane behind her. This whole time, Diddy was sitting in a chair outside the bathroom watching everything unfold. No matter how much she tried to plead with the mystery guy to stop, the guy kept on going. And after a while, he stepped aside so that Pierre could have a go at her. As she says, Pierre started with something non-consensual and made her do something she didn't want to in a rather forceful way. By the time Pierre was done, Jane Doe fell into a fetal position on the floor as she was in so much pain. When she finally pulled herself together with a bit of help, she was taken back to the airport and flown back to Michigan. The lawsuit, which called out Diddy's house recordings and Bad Boy Entertainment, also mentions that she has hazy memories of the flight back and only recalls being in her car very early in the morning. This is a serious allegation against Diddy, of which it sounds true. After all, even Cassie's lawsuit was not clean, as she claimed he did so many things to her. Some of the things he did to her were watch her do things with other male workers, which he would hire for her. Diddy is facing so many allegations right now, and this is just one of those that are known. There may be other instances where he trafficked young girls just like Jane Doe and did things to them, but they were too afraid to speak up. But how true could all this be? And do you think Diddy might end up in jail as Jennifer Lopez is coming out to expose him? Feel free to check it out as well. Also, before you leave, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing celebrity updates and gossip. Thanks for watching.